It's pretty wild how many of us are making some big slip ups when it comes to eating sardines. These tiny fish are truly a nutritional powerhouse, one of the few seafood options naturally low in mercury, making them a super safe and incredibly healthy choice you can enjoy often. They're absolutely packed with amazing stuff for your heart, your brain, and even your bones. Protein, those crucial omega 3s, calcium, and essential vitamins your body relies on. But here's the kicker: most folks unknowingly make a few major blunders that actually strip away these incredible benefits, ruin the taste, and sometimes even pose a health risk. Just think about it for a second. When you're at the store, are you really confident you're grabbing the best kind of sardines off the shelf? And once they're open, are you storing those leftovers properly, or do they sometimes spoil before you get to them? Have you ever given them a rinse thinking it makes them healthier? And perhaps the most important question of all, are you tossing out the very part that holds the most nutrition? Honestly, sardines often get a bad rap, not because of what's inside the can, but because of how we handle them afterward. From simple storage mistakes to missteps in preparation, these small fish can lose their goodness long before they have a chance to nourish your body. In this video, we're going to walk you through the most common errors people make with sardines. Some might seem minor at first, but once you understand the why behind them, you'll see just how significant they truly are. By the time we're done, you'll be a sardine pro, enjoying them exactly as they were intended. Before we jump in, could I ask a quick favor? Go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to become part of our community of health conscious eaters. And if you're keen on more videos like this, just type yes in the comments so we know you're with us. All right, let's get started. Mistake 10: tossing out those tiny bones. This is one of the most frequent errors, picking out the small bones from your sardines. It might feel like the right thing to do, especially since bones in larger fish can be sharp, annoying, and even a bit risky. But sardines are a whole different story. Their bones are perfectly edible, incredibly soft, and completely safe to chew. The canning process essentially pressure cooks them until they're so tender, most people barely notice them. And here's the best kept secret: those little bones are an absolute nutritional goldmine. They are hands down one of the finest natural sources of calcium you'll find in any seafood. Just one serving of sardines, bones included, provides over a third of your daily calcium requirements, vital for keeping your bones strong, your teeth healthy, and your muscles functioning correctly. Plus, they contain vitamin D, which plays a crucial role in helping your body absorb all that calcium. Together, calcium and vitamin D form the ultimate team for safeguarding your bone health, especially as we age. When you remove the bones, you're not just creating extra work for yourself, you're literally throwing away nutrients your body desperately needs. And honestly, you won't even taste them. They blend seamlessly with the fish. Many regular sardine eaters can't even tell where the meat ends and the bones begin. Sure, some brands offer deboned sardines, but they usually cost more and often look a bit broken up because the deboning process can damage the delicate fish. So you're paying more for less nutrition and a less appealing look. The solution is incredibly simple: keep the bones in. They're safe, packed with nutrition, and practically undetectable once you start eating. Think of them as a fantastic hidden bonus that elevates sardines to one of the most nutrient dense foods you can buy. Mistake 9: choosing water packed over oil packed. One of the biggest blunders happens right there in the grocery aisle, reaching for sardines packed in water instead of oil. At first glance, water packed might seem like the healthier choice: fewer calories, a lighter taste, right? But here's the real scoop: opting for water over oil means you're sacrificing both flavor and critical nutrition. Sardines are naturally rich in healthy fats, particularly those powerhouse omega 3 fatty acids. These are the same fats that help reduce inflammation, protect your heart, keep the fish wonderfully moist, and actually boost your body's ability to utilize those omega 3s. On the flip side, water doesn't do your fish any favors. Sardines in water often end up tasting bland, dry, or even a bit metallic over time. That's because water simply can't shield the natural oils within the fish from breaking down. As these oils oxidize, both the taste and nutritional value diminish. Oil, however, acts as a protective barrier, keeping sardines fresher and significantly tastier for longer. In fact, many food enthusiasts swear that sardines packed in quality olive oil actually improve in taste the longer they sit. Yes, sardines in oil do have more calories, but these are the good kind, healthy fats that genuinely benefit your body. It's a small decision that makes a huge difference. If you want sardines that are bursting with flavor and offer maximum nutrition, bypass those water packed tins and always go for ones preserved in a good quality oil. Mistake 8, letting opened cans linger too long. Here's a mistake almost everyone makes at some point, leaving an opened can of sardines sitting around for too long. While unopened cans can last for years, the moment you pop that lid, the countdown begins. As soon as sardines are exposed to air, they start to degrade. Their healthy oils begin to oxidize, which not only alters the flavor, but also breaks down those valuable omega 3 fats, the very reason many of us eat sardines in the first place. This means the longer they sit, the less nutrition you're getting and the worse they'll taste. How long they last really depends on what they're packed in. Sardines in water decline the fastest, typically within 24 hours. Those in oil can hold up for 2 to 3 days in the refrigerator. If they're in tomato sauce, you might be able to stretch it to 4 days. But here's a rule you absolutely cannot ignore. After a week, no matter the type, sardines are spoiled and unsafe to eat. Another common error is leaving them in the opened can itself. Once exposed, the metal of the can can react with air, accelerating spoilage and imparting an unpleasant metallic taste. That's why food safety experts strongly recommend transferring sardines into a clean glass or plastic airtight container immediately. This keeps air out, slows down nutrient loss, and preserves their flavor. If you truly want to extend their life, you can freeze them, but be aware that freezing often changes the texture, making them softer. The best practice? Only open what you plan to eat within a couple of days and always move any leftovers into a proper container. It's a simple habit that ensures your sardines stay safe, fresh, and packed with all their promised nutrition. Mistake 7, overlooking expiration dates and storage rules. Many people tend to assume canned food lasts forever, but that's a misconception. Sardines can indeed remain good for years if they're sealed and stored correctly, but heat, direct sunlight, and moisture are their arch enemies. If you leave cans sitting in a sunny kitchen window, too close to the stove, or in a damp pantry, you're essentially accelerating the degradation of both the can itself and the fish inside. Over time, the oils in the fish oxidize, flavors turn sour, and vital nutrients begin to fade. Even worse, a compromised can might allow bacteria to grow, rendering the sardines unsafe for consumption. And here's something most folks aren't aware of. Not all sardines keep equally well. Varieties packed in tomato sauce or other acidic liquids tend to break down faster than those packed in oil. This means if you buy different kinds, you should make sure to rotate them, using up the acidic varieties first and saving those oil packed tins for longer term storage. It's also crucial to inspect the can closely before you open it. If you notice any bulges, rust, dents along the seams, or leaks, do not take any chances. Just discard it. Think of it this way: sardines are one of the most affordable superfoods you can buy. Don't waste them. And more importantly, don't risk your health simply due to poor storage practices. With just a little bit of care, you can keep every can fresh, safe, and ready to deliver all the nutrition it promises. Mistake 6, only eating them straight from the can. One of the fantastic qualities of sardines is their sheer convenience. Just open the tin and they're ready to eat. But here's the downside: if you only ever consume them plain, you're missing out on a tremendous amount of flavor and culinary variety. This is often why many people get tired of them too quickly. Sardines are far more versatile than most people realize. Think of them as an ingredient, not merely a prepackaged snack. For instance, you can mash them with a touch of yogurt, avocado, or a drizzle of olive oil to create a protein rich spread for bread or crackers. On toast, try adding toppings like capers, thinly sliced onions, or fresh tomatoes for a Mediterranean inspired bite that feels gourmet but takes mere minutes. They also truly shine in hot dishes. Stir them into pasta sauce at the very end to infuse it with extra flavor and those beneficial omega 3s. Add them to a stir fry just before serving to keep them intact while boosting the protein content. Even pizza gets an upgrade with sardines. Their savory, salty profile pairs beautifully with olives, bell peppers, and fresh herbs. And for breakfast, fold them into scrambled eggs or omelets for an incredibly powerful start to your day. The benefit isn't solely about taste, it's also about enhanced nutrition. Pairing sardines with vegetables, grains, or healthy fats actually helps your body absorb their nutrients more effectively. For example, eating them alongside vitamin C rich foods like tomatoes or peppers aids in your body's iron absorption. So, yes, it's perfectly fine to enjoy them straight from the can occasionally, but don't limit yourself. With just a little creativity, sardines can become that secret ingredient that makes countless dishes more exciting and significantly more nutritious. Mistake 5: believing all sardines taste the same. Many people operate under the assumption that all sardines are alike. Open one can, and they'll taste exactly like any other. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Much like wine, coffee, or cheese, sardines exhibit a wide range of flavors, textures, and overall quality depending on their origin, how they're packed, and even the specific time of year they were caught. Consider the waters they come from, for example. Atlantic sardines can taste quite different from Mediterranean or Pacific ones because the water temperature, the fish's diet, and their environment all play a crucial role. Sardines from colder waters, such as those from Norway, often boast a firmer texture and a cleaner, more delicate flavor. In contrast, sardines from warmer waters can be softer and richer. Even the season matters. Fish caught in the spring might taste lighter, while those caught later in the year tend to be fattier and more intensely flavorful. And that's not all. The packing liquid dramatically influences the taste. Olive oil, tomato sauce, mustard, or water each bring out distinct flavor profiles. Spanish and Portuguese sardines packed in high quality olive oil, for instance, often develop deep, complex flavors over time, sometimes even improving with age. Some producers even smoke their sardines, imparting a savory richness, while others use spiced oils or sauces for an extra kick. So, if you didn't enjoy one particular can, don't give up on sardines entirely. It might have just been that specific type. Exploring different brands, geographical origins, and packing styles can completely transform your experience. Sardines are not a one size fits all food. Once you start to experiment, you'll discover a whole world of unique flavors waiting inside those little tins. Mistake 4: pairing sardines with the wrong flavors. Sardines are bold little fish. Their rich oils and distinctive savory taste make them a powerful ingredient, but this also means they need the right culinary partners on the plate. One of the biggest mistakes is trying to mix sardines with flavors that clash rather than those that create balance. Here's the secret: sardines thrive on contrast. Their natural richness truly shines when paired with bright, fresh, or tangy ingredients that cut through their oiliness. Think about it: lemon juice, vinegar, capers, fresh tomatoes, or pickled vegetables. These sharp, vibrant flavors don't just cover up the sardine taste, they actually sharpen it, making the entire dish more balanced and exciting. Fresh herbs like parsley, dill, or cilantro also add a clean, refreshing note that lightens everything up beautifully. So, what should you generally avoid? Heavy, creamy sauces, overly buttery dishes, or excessively sweet pairings? Cream combined with oily sardines usually results in a taste that feels too rich, quickly overwhelming your palate. Sweet glazes or fruit based toppings often clash with the sardine's natural saltiness, creating an unpleasant discord. Let's consider an example. Sardines on toast with a squeeze of lemon and a sprinkle of fresh herbs taste wonderfully light and satisfying. But sardines smothered in a heavy cheese sauce, the double richness makes them incredibly difficult to enjoy. It's not that you can't experiment, but the crucial element is balance. When you choose the right complementary flavors, sardines transform from just fish in a can into a gourmet ingredient that feels fresh, vibrant, and utterly unforgettable. Mistake 3: rinsing away taste and nutrition. This one might catch you by surprise, but one of the worst things you can do with sardines is rinse them under water before you eat them. A lot of people do this, hoping to reduce the salt content, fat, or that fishy taste. But in reality, rinsing simply washes away essential flavor and valuable nutrients. When sardines are canned, the oil, sauce, or brine they're packed in isn't just a filler, it's an integral part of the preservation process. Over time, the fish and the liquid engage in a slow exchange of flavors, and crucial nutrients like omega 3s and fat soluble vitamins like D and E seep into that liquid. When you rinse them, you're not just losing those nutrients, you're also discarding the rich taste that has been developing for months. With sardines packed in oil, rinsing creates another problem. Oil and water don't mix, so the fish often end up slippery, broken apart, and far less appetizing. The same applies to sardines packed in tomato or mustard sauce. Rinsing strips away the tang and richness that perfectly balance the fish's natural flavor. And regarding the salt, yes, sardines can be salty, but rinsing doesn't truly fix this. The salt is absorbed into the fish itself during the canning process, not just sitting on the surface. A far better solution is to seek out low sodium varieties or simply reduce the salt content in the rest of your meal. That way, you keep both the flavor and nutrition intact. Think of it this way: rinsing sardines is like undoing months of careful flavor and nutrient building in just a few seconds. Instead of washing it all away, embrace the oil, brine, or sauce. It's a key part of what makes sardines so unique and special. Mistake two: avoiding sardines. Due to fishiness, one of the primary reasons many people steer clear of sardines is the perception that they're simply too fishy. But the honest truth is, sardines are fish. They're supposed to taste like the sea. The real issue usually isn't the sardines themselves, but rather how they've been stored, prepared, or the way they're paired with other foods. Good quality sardines should taste clean, savory, and delicately briny, much like a fresh ocean breeze. If yours taste overly strong or unpleasant, chances are they weren't stored optimally, they're past their peak freshness date, or they're simply not being combined with the right complementary ingredients. The trick isn't to try and hide their natural flavor, but rather to enhance and brighten it. Acidic ingredients such as fresh lemon juice, a splash of vinegar, or even a spoonful of zesty tomato sauce can cut through any perceived heaviness and make the flavor truly come alive. Fresh herbs like parsley, cilantro, or dill achieve the same effect, adding a vibrant freshness that balances the richness. Quality also plays a monumental role. Sardines packed in good olive oil or a rich tomato sauce often taste much cleaner and less overpowering than cheaper, poorly processed alternatives. And here's something interesting: your taste buds can actually adapt. If you don't frequently eat fish, sardines might seem strong at first, but with repeated exposure, you'll start to notice their subtle sweetness and impressive depth of flavor. So instead of writing off sardines as too fishy, try experimenting with different pairings. Toss them into a fresh salad, squeeze some citrus over them, or serve them alongside crisp vegetables. You'll be genuinely surprised how quickly that fishy flavor transforms into something you actually look forward to. Mistake one: discarding the precious oil. This is, without a doubt, the most costly mistake people make with sardines: mindlessly draining out the oil and pouring it down the sink. That beautiful golden liquid is not waste. It's where a significant portion of the best flavor and nutrition is actually hiding. Here's precisely why. When sardines are packed in oil, a slow, beneficial exchange takes place. The fish release some of their natural juices and compounds into the oil, while at the same time, the oil soaks back into the fish. Over months of storage, that oil becomes incredibly rich with valuable omega 3 fatty acids, fat soluble vitamins like D and E, and a deep, savory flavor. In essence, it transforms into liquid nutrition. Throwing it away doesn't just mean losing a few calories. You're literally pouring out valuable nutrients that actively help protect your heart, brain, and immune system. From a culinary perspective, you're also discarding a fantastic free flavor enhancer that many chefs would be thrilled to have on hand. So, what can you do with it? Plenty. Drizzle the oil over salads as a flavorful, nutritious alternative to bottled dressings. Use it to saute onions and garlic as the base for pasta or rice dishes. Stir it into soups or stews to significantly enrich the broth. You can even dip fresh, crusty bread into it with a squeeze of lemon and some herbs for a quick, delicious snack. And here's a bonus: the oil's flavor actually deepens a bit after the can is opened. Stored properly in the fridge for a few days, it can add even more complexity and richness to your meals. Sardine oil is simply too valuable to waste. Treat it like the secret culinary and nutritional ingredient it truly is. Who should exercise caution with sardines? Sardines are undeniably one of the healthiest foods you can incorporate into your diet, but like any powerful food, they aren't necessarily ideal for everyone in unlimited quantities. A few specific groups of people should be extra cautious about consuming them too frequently. This includes individuals with high blood pressure or salt sensitivity, as most canned sardines are packed in brine, oil, or sauce that contains a fair amount of sodium. For these individuals, opting for low sodium varieties is a much better choice. Also, those with gout or elevated uric acid levels should be mindful. Sardines are naturally high in purines, which the body breaks down into uric acid. For sensitive individuals, this can potentially trigger gout flare ups, so moderation is absolutely key. Anyone who is prone to kidney stones, particularly uric acid stones, should also exercise caution, as purines may increase their risk. It's always best to consult with your doctor before making sardines a regular part of your diet if you fall into this category. Finally, for pregnant women, the good news is that sardines are very low in mercury, unlike larger fish such as tuna or swordfish. However, because they are often canned in oil or brine, it's wise to keep an eye on your overall sodium and calorie intake if you're eating them often. For the vast majority of healthy individuals, sardines remain a fantastic food to enjoy regularly. But if you belong to one of these groups, a moderate approach is always the safest path. To sum it all up, sardines are truly one of the most underrated superfoods out there, but only if you treat them with the respect they deserve. From selecting the right can to storing, pairing, and preparing them properly, even seemingly small mistakes can be the difference between a bland, wasted meal and a powerful, delicious boost of nutrition. Don't let simple slip ups prevent you from experiencing all the incredible benefits sardines have to offer. Packed with protein, omega 3s, calcium, and essential vitamins, they support your heart, brain, and bones, all while being one of the most budget friendly foods you can buy. Now you possess the knowledge to unlock their full potential and skillfully avoid the common pitfalls that trip most people up. If you found this video genuinely helpful, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you won't miss more invaluable tips on smart, healthy eating. Do you eat sardines often, or perhaps you have a special favorite way to prepare them? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd absolutely love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching and for being a valued part of our community. And if you're eager to continue learning, we've got two more videos waiting for you right here. Just click on one and we'll see you there. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on future videos. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.